Kirtland Air Force Base isn't just an installation. It's the nation's hub for national security and space innovation. With 109 mission sets driving global defense across 52,000 acres, Kirtland is poised for incredible growth. The Kirtland Partnership Committee stands beside that mission every day, supporting our workforce, advancing innovation, and growing the next generation of leaders and scientists. Learn more about how we connect community and defense at kpcabq.org.
From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Wednesday, September 10th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. New Mexicans who buy insurance through the Affordable Care Act marketplace will see some of the nation's steepest premium hikes next year, with rates climbing to an average of 35.7%, which is the fourth highest increase in the United States, according to the State Office of the Superintendent of Insurance. United Healthcare will impose the largest jump at 52.2%, affecting more than 12,000 people. Blue Cross Blue Shield rates will rise 38.6%, Presbyterian by 27.1%, and Molina by 15.3%. Officials blame rising medical and drug costs, higher demand for services, post-pandemic instability, and the expiration of enhanced Biden-era tax credits. While about 88% of New Mexico's 57,000 marketplace enrollees receive subsidies, often lowering premiums under $10 a month, state officials warn that even with help from the Healthcare Affordability Fund, households under 400% of the federal poverty level will face, quote, significant rate hikes. Rural residents are expected to be hit the hardest due to limited provider networks. Advocacy groups warn the increases could push people to drop coverage, raising long-term costs to the state when uninsured patients delay care. Albuquerque's annual State of the City speech is drawing political fire as it heads to TV weeks before the mayoral election. Former Bernalillo County Sheriff Darren White, now a mayoral candidate himself, alleges Mayor Tim Keller's address amounts to taxpayer-funded campaign advertising. The city began airing the speech during the pandemic to broaden access, spending $20,000 to $30,000 annually on airtime, though costs for this year's broadcasts were not disclosed. The 30-minute program will run 5 times across 5 local stations, with its last airing on October 5th, just before early voting begins. White filed a complaint with the city's inspector general and sent letters to the stations, arguing broadcasts violate FCC equal time rules and should trigger free airtime for all 7 candidates, roughly 17 hours total. Keller's office dismissed the criticism as political posturing. Local broadcasters, including KRQE, say they will comply with FCC rules and make airtime available for purchase for all of the candidates, but won't adjudicate political disputes. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham will call lawmakers into a special legislative session on October 1st, but the agenda will be narrower than she first proposed. Originally wanting a broad list of issues, she agreed with Democratic leaders to focus on the impact of federal budget changes, including rural hospitals, food assistance, and health care coverage. Other priorities such as road funding, juvenile crime reforms, and interstate medical compacts will instead be fast-tracked for the 30-day regular session in January. Lujan Grisham said this approach mirrors a strategy used earlier this year when lawmakers passed key bills midway through the session. House Speaker Javier Martinez suggested previously stalled bills like ones addressing juvenile offenders and another allowing out-of-state medical professionals to practice in New Mexico could move quickly in January. Republicans, however, criticized the special session as, quote, political theater, arguing crime, child welfare, and medical malpractice reforms should also be on the agenda. The January session will be Lujan Grisham's final regular session as governor before leaving office in 2026. In business news, New Mexico Piñon Coffee, one of the state's largest roasters, is raising prices and adjusting shipping policies in response to steep new tariffs on Brazilian imports. Starting on September 15th, orders under $50 will no longer qualify for free shipping, and product prices will see a, quote, small increase, though exact amounts weren't disclosed. The company says it has long absorbed rising costs from inflation, global demand, and extreme weather, but the tariffs of 10 to 50% on green coffee and packaging imposed by the Trump administration in August made price hikes unavoidable. Though its name nods to Piñon, the company stopped blending actual Piñon nuts decades ago. Today, its coffee relies on Brazilian beans with a custom Piñon flavoring. With Brazil, the world's top coffee supplier, the tariffs may affect many U.S. roasters. Customers reacted with support online, praising the company's transparency. Officials say the changes will help preserve the quality and freshness while the tariffs remain in place. And New Mexico State Land Office is proposing a rule to make leasing state land for geothermal projects easier, aiming to boost investment in the renewable energy source. Public Lands Commissioner Stephanie Garcia-Richard says the changes modernize outdated 1984 regulations and align them with today's technology and state statutes. The timing also follows growing legislative support, with lawmakers creating a geothermal projects development fund with $12.5 million in grants and loans, and approving a law allowing gas and oil wells to be converted for geothermal use. Advocates say the state could generate up to 163 gigawatts of geothermal power, far more than its current energy capacity. Recent momentum also includes Meta's partnership with XGS Energy to build a geothermal site in northwestern New Mexico, which would join the state's only existing plant in Hidalgo County. Garcia-Richard called the state's combination of geology, technical expertise, and political support a, quote, perfect environment for development. A public hearing on the proposed rule will take place on September 30th in Santa Fe. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high near 93, and as for this evening, a 20% chance of showers before midnight, partly cloudy with a low around 65. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.